Hello, my name is Rachel. I am a homeschooling mom to two boys, a kindergartner and a preschooler. And in today's video, we are going to talk about finishing the very first year of official homeschool and do a wrap-up video on how everything went. Hi, I'm a speech language pathologist turned homeschool mom, and can I just say that I am so proud of my little guy for completing kindergarten. We are actually in our last week right now of kindergarten, so I feel so confident in saying that he is moving on to first grade. Yay! I'm so proud of him. And then my little preschooler, he is moving on to pre-K curriculum. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of both of them. I'm so proud. Now, let us get into the curriculum. So in my family, we start with math as our first subject after doing our morning read alouds. So for math, for my kindergartner, he's doing great. He crushed it, honestly. He completed this about halfway through the year, this one, and then now we are on the level 2. And we're about, I think we're on lesson 79, so literally halfway through. So he basically completed one and a half curriculums for the year, and he has learned so much. We are currently on double-digit addition with carrying. That is what we are currently learning, and we've learned about perimeter in this curriculum. So he's learning concepts that he actually needed to be taught. So there's that. He's doing great. And he is also counting time to the minute. What else? His penmanship is, so he's a young kindergartner. His birthday is in late July. So penmanship for him is his, I think, biggest area of struggle, but he is working so hard on his penmanship. And that's one of the reasons why I chose this curriculum to start out, is because it had a lot of copy work. So there's that fun fact about if you need a curriculum with lots of copy work, this is a good one to choose. Math Lessons for a Living Education. Now, moving on to language arts, we are using The Good and the Beautiful Level K. This is their older edition, so I know they have a newer version. We actually loved this older version, and I mean, he gained so much knowledge from this curriculum. In the beginning, he really was not having a very positive attitude with this curriculum, probably the first 3 months of this curriculum, because math was coming so easy to him. But now he chooses language arts sometimes before we even start math, because he just loves reading so much now. And I think we have 10 more lessons left. We have 10 more lessons left. Yep. So we just finished lesson 110. We just finished. So we have 10 more lessons to complete this curriculum. And the reason we have not yet completed this, which we'll do in the summer. That's easy peasy. The reason we did not complete that curriculum is because, like I said, early on he was just having a negative attitude related to language arts. And when I saw that, because math was coming so easy to him, he thought language arts would be coming so easy to him. And the English language has so many rules and so many illogical combinations of sound sequences that, yeah, it's not as black and white as math, so to speak. So the reason we did not get that completely finished, which is totally fine. I'm not worried about finishing curriculum within a school year. I'm actually totally not. We supplemented it with Prenda Treasure Hunt Reading. This is a program that is completely free online from Prenda, and it is well, like it says in its name, it's a reading program. And it starts off very simple with putting 2 sound blends together, and I believe it goes through every combination of man, I'm coughing today. I think something's in the air because I hopefully am not sick. Oh, please pray. So it goes through every combination of grapheme, which is the written letter, and sound combination that can be created from them. So any phoneme matching with a grapheme, it will review in this curriculum. The reason I picked Prenda Treasure Hunt Reading was because I truly believed my child knew the concepts in The Good and the Beautiful, but he was just having kind of a negative attitude toward it. So I wanted to just take it back a little bit and do some phonics work. And that actually worked really, really well in boosting his confidence in reading. So here is just an example. This is lesson 7. So it has the letter T, and then they have to write it, trace it, and then they have to identify words that start with that letter sound. And then again, they have to circle uppercase and lowercase. So fairly simple phonics to begin. And then on the back, it has us the parent read this story, and then he has to identify whenever he hears that sound, so the T sound. And then he again has to do more copy work, and then at the bottom is where he practices putting those sound blends together. At. And that's a really simple lesson to start with. Let me show you a little more advanced lesson. So this is lesson 36, and this is the sh sound. So again, the SH, they each have independent sounds on their own. The S would say S, and the H would say H, but put them together, sh. And so he had to look through a book and identify 4 words that began or had in that word the sh sound, which he did. Then he had to do some reading of words with the sh sound. And then this is really the fun part for at least me to watch my son. You have to read a story and then illustrate the story. The illustrator has gone missing. That's kind of the backstory as to why the child has to illustrate. So the child has to read the story 2 times and then can draw the illustration. And I always have, that's kind of like the 3rd time that my child has to practice reading the story. And then for the last part of this lesson is the challenge words. And so probably for 3/4 of our school year, my child got to choose if he wanted to do language arts from The Good and the Beautiful or treasure hunt reading from Prenda. And probably, like I said, 3/4 of the school way in, he was like, Mom, I don't think I need to do my phonics Prenda treasure hunt reading anymore. And I said, that's great. Just you get to lead, you get to choose. You can either do the phonics or the language arts. And so the back end of the year, we've only done lessons from The Good and the Beautiful. And he's, like I said, he's now loving this, and he is reading so fluently. I'm so proud of him. And looking at the treasure hunt reading, we got to lesson 45 out of 92 lessons. So we might finish this next year when he's a 1st grader, and we might just leave it be. I haven't decided yet. Next are my kindergartner's handwriting, and he completely finished the purple handwriting book from Learning Without Tears. And then we moved him on to, because he does like to practice handwriting, and he does need to practice handwriting, we moved him on to the level K from The Good and the Beautiful. As for Bible and scripture, we are continuing to love our scripture memorization method that we are using, and we are continuing to love our Bible reading. I keep it pretty simple because my boys are so young. I'm just reading out of this storybook Bible every single day and having them do their Bible verses every single day. Okay, let's talk about social studies, okay? So for social studies, we used Beautiful Feet books, Around the World with Picture books. And I mean, it was fine. It was okay. It was not, I did a review on this and it lacked some things that I thought it would have. So I had to supplement a bit more with like free school YouTube videos, which I think is a fantastic resource for just diving deeper into the countries and the cultures. So we did not complete this whole thing. We completed China, Japan, Thailand, India, Antarctica, Australia, Morocco, and we are finishing up Egypt this last homeschool week. And if you guys want to hear more of my thoughts on this curriculum, you can watch that review video. But we are gonna finish it up next school year, the last two units. And we are gonna continue on with this series for his first grade year. But yeah, you can go check out that video for more of my thoughts on this curriculum. But they loved learning about all the countries, and they just had the best time doing all the mapping. And I think the nature connection was their favorite, where they got to learn about animals and color the animals. I think that was their favorite, and my favorite was the cuisine connection, where we got to make all the foods from the country. That was my favorite. And I will say, the richness of that literature, yes, some of the books were off for me, and I just was like, oh, we're skipping that. But overall, the literature options and the literature choices, they were great. And I love, love, love that my boys have a desire for me to read, and they are growing their love of reading through that curriculum. And the next curriculum I'll talk about, which is Wonders of the Earth and Sky by Blossom and Root. This was our science curriculum. And you guys, we loved this. I think this might have been my favorite curriculum. I'm not sure about the boys, because every time I ask my kindergartner, he'll give me a different answer. So I think my kindergartner loved them all, but I think this might have been my favorite curriculum, because I love science. I have a master's in science, so I mean, I just love that. I love science. And this was a great curriculum. It had great literature choices. It had great video choices. SciShow Kids is like the boys they talk about Squeaks all the time, and they ask for Squeaks videos even when it's not science. So sometimes we just throw on some SciShow Kids and they are completely happy. And it also had great science experiments in the laboratory section. And I think it just encompassed, I think this curriculum had a wide range of learning styles that just worked so well. Now, I will say, we only got to 17 out of the 36 units, because I think we took our time with it, which is what we wanted to do. So we only did 17 of the 36. So we will be continuing on with this curriculum next year as well. And like I said, I'm not worried about finishing curriculum. I'm not worried. What I want from my school is for my boys to love learning. And if they want to spend 3 weeks learning about the water cycle, then that's what we are going to be doing. And so the 17 units that we did were based upon my kindergartner's love of water. So we started with wonder number 18. So we did bodies of water, layers of the atmosphere, weather and climate, reading nature's sign to predict the weather, using science to predict the weather, clouds and wind, the water cycle, rain, snow and ice, thunderstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes, rainbows, the reason behind the seasons, the spring equinox, oh, we didn't do the summer solstice, the autumnal equinox, and the winter solstice. But yeah, if you want to check out any of my Blossom and Root videos, I've done a few, so go check that out. And I also have a review on this curriculum that you can check out as well. Now let's talk about Spanish. We used Beautiful Mundo Volume 1. Again, this is a heavily literature-based curriculum to teach Spanish in a very natural way for our little ones. And we only did about 6 of the 36 units. The weeks that we did complete were the hello and goodbye, the colors of the rainbow, all the animals, the alphabet, numbers 0 through 5, and numbers 6 through 10. And honestly, the main reason we did not do Spanish consistently was because of scheduling. That's what it comes down to. So let's not forget about my preschooler. So my preschooler joins us in a lot of the family subjects. So my preschooler, he joins us in for social studies, science, Spanish, and Bible. He actually does a lot for a little 4-year-old. I'm so proud of him. And so when my kindergartner is doing his single subjects of math and language arts, and I really need to just hone in on teaching him and guiding him, my preschooler has a few choices. He can go up to our playroom and play independently. He can do his chalkboard. He can do his marker board. He can do basically any coloring that he wants to. He has like 3 different coloring books. But then also he has his own plain preschool curriculum, and I've set it up more in a Montessori style bin setup for him and on his shelves back there. So for example, he has Play-Doh mats that he can do letter formation on for one activity for our construction unit that we're currently on. He has construction puzzle pieces all set up for him and a variety of more activities from plain preschool. Currently we're on the construction unit, and he's a little boy. He loves construction. So also the books with plain preschool are great. I love most of the plain preschool books, and we pick them up from the library as well. Whew, that was a long end of the year review, at least for me. I'm not used to talking this much. Woo, but it was a lot. Like, looking back, we accomplished so much. And this isn't even speaking to the field trips we went on or the co-op experiences we had. Like, this was just the curriculum. And I'm so proud of my boys for going on this journey with me. And I'm like just surrounded by curriculum right now, and it's all that my boys have accomplished. I'm so proud of them. And yeah, I could not be happier with how this school year went. And if you're familiar with my videos, you'll notice that my walls are now painted, and it just has brightened up our home so much to have fresh paint on the walls, fresh paint on the baseboards. It was a lot of work on my end, but I am just so happy with the results and just brightening up our home so much. So that's just one thing. I know my video setup is kind of different than my older videos, and that is because we got our house painted and rearranged a lot of furniture. Well guys, I think that is everything for this video. I'm so proud of my boys. I'm so proud of the learning they did. They did great, and I'm excited for our summer break coming up and getting all of my curriculum organized and a new school year beginning here in a few months with a first grader and a pre-K. I'm so excited. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are. Take care. Bye.